What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's for the first episode of Attack on Titan Season 3. Yes! It's finally here! And within a year, actually. That's surprising because, we wait 4 years for Season 2. Now if you guys have seen some of my other videos in the past, you guys know while I am excited for this series, I am still cautiously optimistic because I've heard this political arc is fucking boring, and that a lot of people did drop the manga because, like I said, I also know a friend of mine also, that was also a manga protector, also dropped the manga because of this arc. So, even though I definitely did really enjoy it, I liked what I saw. I still like the last part of the episode where they had that gorgeous art animation with them swinging around. I was like, yes! Reel it back. You did reel it back. This is just the first episode. This was all in the trailer. Reel it back. Now I watch the OP. I'm like, ooh, this is boring. Granted, okay, let me talk about the OP real quick. The OP, it's slow. It's slow. It's not Link Horizon. There's no society. I know. I tweeted about this on Twitter, and actually applied to me once by Uncle point that I think it's time for us to get a slower OP because everything throughout this point has been hype. Link Horizon, and we do know this actually is going to be 24 episodes. Why Season 2 wasn't 24 episodes, but this one is remains a mystery. But hey, we got our 24 episodes. Good. But the OP. While I'm intrigued by some of the shots they had, and they had this one shot of kid versions of Annie with Reiner and Bertolt. I'm curious about that. Hopefully they elaborate on that and we see some more. But I'm just like, I don't know. This is really slow. I don't know. Granted, this could just be me being paranoid. For all I know, when we do really get started in the series, I felt the second half I'm gonna love because I think that's when it's get back to being normal Attack on Titan. But the first half, I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong about this, and you know what? It could end up being fantastic. Attack on Titan Season 3 could end up being the best one in the series. I don't know. I'm just from what I've heard. But I did enjoy this episode. If you want my quick thoughts, I did enjoy this episode. I did really enjoy it. Anyway, so yeah, the OP, pretty good. I'd say I feel like that's definitely no OP. While granted, seeing how C2, I wasn't really a fan of it. I thought okay, it's okay. But then after a while of listening to it, I just fell in love with it. This could end up being the same, or maybe I don't fall in love. I could fall in love with the overall OP as a whole. When we maybe get around the end of this arc, right into the second half, the first half of Season 3, I could be like, this was a perfect OP to accompany this arc, and I could definitely see it end up growing on me. But so far, I don't know. But enough jibber jabber. Let us begin with this week's episode. Okay, so it starts off. We got Eren. I'm assuming it's Eren with long ass hair. Him looking at the horizon at the sea, which I know this was actually also a manga cover from one of the volumes, and this was actually in the original trailer for Season 3 where they announced hey, yes, Season 3 is coming. They showed off this one panel of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin all looking at the sea. So I don't know, maybe it's a reference to that or whatever. But anyway, I say Armin said that beyond the walls there is a sea, but I've always wondered what is beyond that. I feel that's going to come back later on in the series. So, and then the OP plays, which, okay, let me talk about this. I actually since re-listened to the OP again a second time. It's actually already starting to grow on me. I actually low-key kind of like it now. Before I was like, now I'm like, oh, okay. I actually like this OP. I feel like the more I listen to it, the more I like Season 2, I was like, I like it, but I'm now this is the best OP. The same happened with the second OP for Season 1. I was like, I like it, but the first one better. No, the second one is better. That's the weird thing about Attack on Titan OPs. You start off with you're like, okay, it's good, but the last one was better. But then you watch it about 3 or 4 times, you're like, this is the best one. I don't know, this is me. So, so then we see, Gene over there arguing with Sasha, being like, "No, you stole, but you tried to steal food." I'm like, "I'll get Captain Levi over there to chop you into little pieces." And then he walks in. Aaron's cleaning, and then Aaron asks Gene like, did you like dust your feet off before you came in?" He's like, "No." Like, Captain Levi won't come on. Like he goes on about Captain Levi, like, "How dare you? Come on, dude. I'm trying to keep this thing." I'm like, bro. And the little Aaron's fan like, "Bro, what did Levi do to you? Like, did he like indoctrinate you or something? Like, why are you this? Like you're getting on Gene this much for like him like not dusting his shoes off before he stepped in. Like, bro, what did he do to you? I understand if Levi is obsessed with cleaning, that's become a massive meme, but what has he done to you, my man? What has he done?" Anyway, so after they're bitter arguing, we see Mikasa with Krista. Yes, I know we know her real name is Historia, but I'm gonna keep calling her Krista because I'm used to calling her Krista. You may hear me call her Historia off and on, but I'm gonna most likely stick to calling her Krista just because I'm used to saying that. Anyway, so they walk. So Mikasa and Krista are walking in their carrying firewood. Of course, Mikasa's over there carrying an axe, and Armin's like, "Wait, were you chopping wood?" He's like, "Yeah, I got to stay in shape." I'm like, "No, Mikasa, you're right. You need to stay in shape, but I need to hit like my fat ass hit the gym one day." And so Aaron's like, "Don't try, dude. I tried earlier. It doesn't work. I started doing sit-ups earlier." Yeah, because like you remember in season 2, she got grabbed by the infamous Titan that killed Aaron's mom. That was badass. Anyway, so yeah, after that. After that, they put their groceries down, which is pretty much potatoes, of course. And Armin says like, "Hey, why are we chosen for Levi's new squad? Protecting Aaron and Krista is a very important mission." And so I was like, "Oh, because we're good." And then sneaks a potato into her bag, and she's like, and Armin's like, "Sasha, what did you put in your bag?" Nothing bread related." And Armin just puts his hand on her arm, and then, they start arguing a little bit, and then Levi comes in. And Aaron, my man, what has he done to you? Like, the man is damn near scared shitless. Like, he looks at Levi, he's like, I'm like, "Bro, what did he do? Did he do some shit to you off screen between season 2 and season 3? Did some shit go down that we are unaware of between you two? Because, my bro, why are you this scared of Levi? Over cleaning!" As Levi puts his hand under the table and slides his fingers underneath the table. He keeps sliding, and then he ends up and then some dust or crumbs or something falls down, and Levi's like, "I thought I gave you enough time to clean." Then wipes his head and like, "Well, we'll discuss your lax clean down." And then the look on Aaron's face, he's just like, face falls like, "Bro, what has Levi done to you, man?" Anyway, so he tells, then Levi tells him, Chris, that, Hanji needs you for her experiment. Which I don't know what the experiment exactly is, but we just see Aaron, then we switch to Aaron going in his Titan form. Which, weirdly, there's something like, Aaron, now granted, we've known Aaron hasn't really had a really good control of his Titan powers. Like, it seems like it only works whenever it feels like it. Like, in Season 1, it worked pretty well when it really needed to. But in Season 2, you guys remember that it didn't work when Aaron needed to save Mikasa from the Smiling Titan. He was constantly biting his finger, biting his thumb, and it never happened. And then, of course, he learned a new Titan power, which is that he could control other Titans to attack other Titans. But here, Aaron can transform in Titan form, but the form is not complete. Like Levi says, it's not even 10 meters tall, which I don't even know how big that is in feet or yards. So there's that. Parts of his body don't even have muscle on. And 3, Aaron's actually hanging out of the suit, out of the Titan body. The only thing that's really in there is really his face, his arms, and his legs are pretty much just hanging out, weirdly. So he roars and goes down. Hanji's losing her shit. She's like, "Get up, Aaron! Humanity depends on this. Get up! And then Mikasa being Mikasa is like, Eren! She runs over towards to Eren, and then her and Hanji tried to pull Eren out of the body, which I say Eren's face, damn. Like, I don't know what that is on his face. I think that might just because his face, at least when he's first ripped out of the Titan, looks like his Titan form, like his Titan face. His eyeballs aren't really there. His teeth look like his Titan form teeth. His tongue is out. I'm like, damn. It was like, damn. And Mingus is just like, damn. So she ends up getting the rest of the rest of the, I don't know, meat. I don't know what I had to call it, muscles or whatever that stuff's called. Cuts it off just so that Hanji can get him fully out of there. But yeah, and then we get a nice good look at Aaron's face. Whew. Man, I don't know what the hell that shit is, but damn. Damn. So, after that, Armin talks about how he knew that this plan wouldn't work, that we were pretty much grasping at straws in the first place. Levi says, like, yes, but we can still use the Hardy ability of Titans to seal up the wall. I believe they're trying to seal up Wall Maria, I believe it is. I could be wrong on that, though. And for instance, even if we are grasping straws, Aaron is our only hope to seal the wall. And so after that, Krista starts, and then so after that they kind of dispatch everyone that, experiment's over, make sure there's no witnesses. Which, if they did find it, what would they do with him? Would they kill him? Or would they just be like, hey, say nothing or you lose your head or something? I don't know. Anyway, so then, everyone starts moving, then Krista kind of walks past, a little bit past Levi, and she's like, no, you're going with the same wagon as Aaron. I'm going to the Troy District, I think it was called, to go talk to, he has to end up going and talking to Erwin. And so he tells him, and so that we get a quick little flashback to, I'm pretty sure this was in season 2, when Nick tells, Krista, she's the key, she knows, she will tell you what you need to know about the walls, and shit, because, Nick wouldn't say shit in season 2, even after all this other, I will say nothing about what I know about the walls, figure it out on your own, and so, we get back to, and then, we get to see Levi and Armin. They kind of have a quick little conversation. They pretty much just discuss about pretty much what they know about what had just happened, about what is the secret behind the walls, and why didn't Nick talk, and why does he know these secrets about the walls? And so then we also get back to Aaron and the crew. He basically hey everyone, and because you should sleep. It was I've already slept for a whole day. I'm good. And so we have a quick little convo between her and between him and Krista, where Krista's pretty much hey, I guess it's nice having friends, knowing what you're doing, even if they are even having goals, even though they're pretty much very hard to accomplish. And she's like, and Aaron's like, don't you want to save Ymir? And he's like, yeah, but without Ymir here, I really have no direction, pretty much like she pretty much just doesn't really know what to do without Ymir. And, she's like, I'm sorry that she also, she hasn't really smiled at all since, what happened in season 2. And she also, I'm sorry, Aaron, the goody good Krista from season 1, season 2 is gone now. And he's like, oh, yeah, good. I never liked that. I always knew that you were kind of hiding something back then, so I'm glad you're kind of dropping the farce right now. And she's like, okay, so you guys about a little bit. We see then, we go to the Troy District, where we find out that actually Pastor Nick actually is dead. Hanji he was murdered, and we also find out that he was also tortured as well. We also see his body. And Hanji also says that his fingernails were removed, but we don't actually see it. Granted, it could have just been granted. I think that that was just covered up because the sensors, because it was kind of shadowed. Or maybe that could have just been the lighting. So maybe, I don't know, when the Blu-rays come out, we'll probably see that shot uncensored, or it'll be the same, or who knows, maybe when it airs on Toonami, we'll see it in its full uncensored glory. We'll have to wait and see. So, but yeah, his fingernails were also removed. I believe she said all of them were actually removed, which, that must have been painful. Anyway, so, and then the military police guys there, as he watches the crime scene, they're like, hey, back up! You're ruining, you're, corrupting the crime scene or whatever, back up! And she, and they feels like, I am this isn't your brand, this is the military police business, not the scouts. And so then Hanji kind of, almost, there's, almost a complete 180 in her character, to where she kind of, I don't know what she does. I don't know if she's trying to get information out of them, trying to get them to lower their guard, or something. Anyway, she's kind of oh, but Nick, he was a close personal friend of mine. Oh, and she's shocked when she finds out he was a pastor. I don't know what exactly Hanji's game is. Maybe she's trying to get info out of him, but the dude that she's telling this to, and she also, kind of, starts rubbing his hand. You'll have to find out his hands are kind of a little red. Pretty much proving that, yeah, he was probably the one doing the deed to Nick. And so she kind of rubbing his hand, he was a closer friend. Then afterwards, she does the salute, and she's like, oh, by the way, pass the message on to the culprits when you find them, that these scoundrels will be tortured just like you did my friend, alive and far worse. Yeah, it's pretty much she's saying that she'll go straight Yamari on these fuckers. Damn. So they take leave, and that's when Haji realized that yeah, they were the ones that did torture them. It was the military police that did end up torturing Nick. As was murdered, we also get this quick shot of them, pretty much just there's one little like shot of just these two guys just torturing the poor man. So we get back to the crew. They're pretty much just discussing what we just found out about Nick dying. Levi's like, yeah, I thought he was an idiot, but hey, the man's loyal. He never once, dropped his morals. He never once, changed. He never changed anything. He was always, he always stuck to his guns, even in death. He stuck to his guns. And so then he gets this letter from this other scout, from Erwin, where he says, where we find out what it says later. But then Levi's still okay. We gotta go. Let's leave. No trace of it. Then the military police shows up and bangs the door down. Brings the door down. They start by the point they get inside, Aaron and the crew are already long gone. And so then we also find out where letter says saying that there's been a freeze on all scout activity outside the walls, and that you guys have to hand over Aaron and Krista. And so, everyone's like, yeah. Then they're kind of like, okay, why are they going this far to protect the secrets of the walls, and why they want Aaron and Krista? If I had to guess, because these two are probably the keys to figure out the walls, like, Krista being royalty and some other things, and Aaron probably also, being, of course, being, the time shifter, and that's on their side, along with the fact that he has that key to the basement, that we still don't know what the hell's in there! Hopefully we find out this season. I don't know if it's in this season or next season we find out what's actually in the base, because I know the manga revealed what that happened. If I remember correctly, I think I saw one of Finale World video said oh, it's revealed what's inside the basement. So I don't know. So I don't know about that, but yeah. Most likely that's probably the reason, because I remember, because there's also that poster, the first poster of season 3 was Aaron being tied up in this very tight crystal prison thing. So there's gonna be definitely some deep shit going down this season. So they end up deciding that we're going to take them to Troy Stickford, because with all the panic that's going on, it'll be very easy to slip. And of course, and if things get hairy, we got the ODM gear to use in the city to get us out of the situation. And so they end up. We see them walking down the district. They find out that actually the king is also giving away free rations of their supplies, because he's nice and probably has a lot more, and probably has so much. And like Levi says, he has so much he doesn't know what to do with. So he's like, fuck it, just give it away to the peasants. And we'll see that actually Aaron and Krista end up getting kidnapped, but we find out it's not actually Aaron and Krista. It's actually just some dude. I think it's some dude, or it might have been Gene. I couldn't really tell. And actually Armin is Krista, which I gotta say, Armin, he actually makes low key. He almost and the people actually buy that it is Krista. So I guess that makes Aaron a decent looking trap, I guess. And then we see them act like, and then we got almost a pseudo rape scene almost later on when they actually take their captives to this little area, to this abandoned building where they are do God knows what they were going to do to Aaron and Krista. And he's like, ooh, yeah, I can't wait to hear your little voice. He's touching all over. I'm like, oh my God, is this turning to SAO or something? Oh God, no, please, please, I don't, no, please, man, come on. Thankfully, it does happen. They got away, but they don't do anything anyway. But Armin is just like, oh God, like I feel bad for Armin that he put in that situation. We see that Levi's with Mikasa on top of the roof. They're trying to scout out the area, looking around for an entrance. And so they find one, and they talk about that. Prince Levi tells them, Mikasa, take care of these idiots. I'll take care of the other stuff. And so Mikasa goes in there, wrecks shit, like, oof. Mikasa just goes in there and goes ham on these fuckers, like, like in the trailer. If you guys don't know, you guys know, but I guess the art animation was spectacular. The art animation in this episode alone was phenomenal. Like, especially and of course, as a typical Attack on Titan, over animates over like the character, like somewhere like when Mikasa kicks someone, he like starts flipping a good 3 times before he hits the ground. And so, take care of that. We see Levi. He talks about hey, do you know about Kenny? Oh, and then the girl that was with you mean the mass murderer? He's an urban legend. No, he's not. He's true. I knew him when I was a kid. I lived with him. And so after that, Levi's going why? That's why he sent out these amateurs, because he doesn't care. And so then while he thinks about that, we see Ketty actually climb up the wall, climb up the roof they're on, and he like shoots her in the head. And then we see these other guys with these I don't even know what the hell they're called. These guns that pretty much work as they're pretty much like gun grappling hooks. They're pretty much ODM gear if they were guns, pretty much. And they just start shooting other scouts, and then we see them just swinging in the air like Spider-Man, like that art animation though. That art and animation though. Magnifique. That art animation was just legendary. That was phenomenal art animation there. I love Attack on Titan. I love the art animation in Attack on Titan because when they start swinging with the ODM gear, it's amazing to watch. And that's where the episode ends with with Kenny's being like, "Yo, Levi, what's good, man?" He screams, "Kennedy!" like at the end of the trailer. Yeah. So overall, really damn good episode. I really enjoyed this one. The art animation was great. The voice acting was spectacular. The voice acting was great. The art animation was spectacular. Enjoyed what I watched. I'm still staying kind of a little worried of like how I might enjoy this because granted, I've heard a lot of things about the political arc, but you never know. This could end up being really good. So overall, this episode an 8.5 out of 10. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you like. Link down below. As always, come back for more. See you guys next time.